Welcome back to the Fantasy Bros YouTube channel. I'm Joe, Max, and Zach here.
I'm Max.
He's Max. This is you take it or leave it. But we're talking about Week 16 fantasy football QB starts and sits because this is championship weekend and you need the best advice possible. So you've come to the right spot. My first start, Jalen Hurts. Okay, this guy is my number 5 quarterback on the week. This guy is going to put up numbers as he did last week. He threw for 338 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and rushed for 1. This guy has so much upside, it's insane. And now he plays the worst defense in football, the Dallas Cowboys.
And a matchup that could potentially get into the playoffs.
Beautiful matchup. There's a lot of playoff implications, and also it's going to be a shootout, I think, because of the implications there. And Jalen Hurts, with the rushing upside, this guy is a QB1. I have him over guys like, especially Russel Wilson. I have him over Ryan Tannehil, Tom Brady.
Well, speaking of Russell Wilson, I actually have Russell Wilson to start this week. It's crazy.
Really?
It's crazy that he's in the conversation. He's playing against the Rams, and we know how good the Rams defense is. Actually, wait.
Did you
Who
know?
the heck did they lose to last week?
The Jets. But that doesn't matter for quarterback purposes because last time that Russ played them, 11 fantasy points.
Exactly. Last time Russ played them, he didn't play too well. This time, this game means everything for the Seahawks right now. It's in Seahawks Stadium. I know the 12th man isn't there, and that's their best player, but I think Russell Wilson is watching the film from previous games and how the Jets just completely destroyed the Rams. It wasn't even as close as the score was. It was pretty sad of a game to watch. I think Russell Wilson's gonna find a way to get DK the ball. I don't think he's gonna have an amazing fantasy game, but I think he'll catch some more balls than last time, and I think that Lockett will get more involved this game. And I see Russell Wilson putting on a good game. He needs to win this game to win the division. If he loses, if he loses this game, then the Rams win next week. It's the Rams win it, right?
Yeah, I actually have Russ as my QB 11.
So my first start is Drew Brees. He has a gorgeous matchup in Minnesota, which should be a shootout for both teams. So, I mean, Kirk Cousins would be a start, but I think Drew Brees is better than him as a start this week. He plays against Minnesota, and Minnesota doesn't have the best defense. So, and I think Alvin Kamara is going to be getting a lot of checkdowns, and I think he's going to produce a lot with those checkdowns, and I think he's going to do really well because it's always a great game between these two teams.
Did you say that? No.
I was going to say that most of Brees' points in the last game came in like the fourth quarter in garbage time, which I don't know how it's going to affect this week's game.
I think it's this matchup, but again, no Michael Thomas is big, but he has a check down machine in Alvin Kamara, so that's a plus. My next guy is the other Alabama quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. This guy's been a beast lately. Okay. Not only does he rush, he rushed for 2 touchdowns last week. He threw for 145
He's been passing well.
He's been passing. He's been rushing, and now he plays the Raiders. Okay, this is going to be another high scoring affair, and it's a very bad defense. So Tua could definitely exploit that. He's going to put up numbers. I personally have him as a QB 14 on the day, so I think he's a must start.
So I got Baker Mayfield. I actually have a bunch of Browns that I think are good starts this week. This game, of course, is a must-win. I think people are a little more wary and cautious around the Jets after they beat what was considered by a lot of people a top 7 or 8 team last week.
Yeah, it was really sad.
By the number 32 team in the league. And I think they're going to be a little more cautious, a little more nervous to play them. Not necessarily nervous, but they're going to be more cautious. And I think Baker's going to knows that he needs to step it up this game as much as he has, and he's going to play well. And
no, I agree. They've been lights out.
And the Jets' run defense, as I've been saying, is actually one of their strong points. So I think they're going to need to throw the ball a little more. Kareem Hunt, I have him doing better than Nick Chubb this game, I think, and I think Baker's going to play well.
My next start is Ryan Tannehil. He goes against Green Bay in a shootout matchup.
What a matchup!
It's going to be probably the best game of the week in my
Packers.
opinion. You might be saying that it's going to be a Derrick Henry matchup because it's Green Bay who has one of the worst defenses.
Nobody's saying that.
Either way, even if it is Ryan Tannehill still puts up numbers. He even with that, and I think
the Lions last week, and Tannehil had 2 rushing touchdowns himself.
Yeah, Tannehil is taking matters into his own hands.
And Derrick Henry still had a good game.
Oh wait, he
a great game.
Since he took over the starting role in Tennessee. He's had better numbers than Patrick Mahomes. He's had the best numbers in every category in the entire league: passer rating, passing yards, passing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's been
so
ridiculous
amount of.
So
I don't know passing yards, but he's a ridiculous amazing stats.
Yeah. Also, Green Bay has an insane offense, and they'll be putting up points. So Ryan Tannehill's going to need to keep up by passing the ball. So I think he's a definite start this
Let's get into sits now, okay? Ben Roethlisberger, what an atrocious last couple of games for him, especially last week against the Bengals. Everybody thought that they would win, but that didn't happen. Big Ben, 170-yard passing, a touchdown and a pick.
Respect the Colts, baby.
Really nothing special. And the other game before that, 2 INTs. He's thrown a pick in the last 3 games, maybe even more than that. And now he plays the Colts, a very tough defense.
He looked bad like every
So
snap last game.
the defense doesn't get any better. So does Ben Roethlisberger get any better? I don't think so. Bench him.
Yeah, so I Marcus Mariota was one of my pickups this week, but turns out that Derek Carr is healthy and he's going to be playing this week. I don't know how healthy he's going to be in the game. That's why I'm sitting him, especially because he's playing against the top 5 defense in the NFL in the Miami Dolphins. He's usually a very efficient quarterback. I just don't see him doing it this week, especially with like so little to play for. He's injured. They've like such slim odds of making the playoffs. They have to win this week and next week, and so many things have to happen, which I highly doubt will. So I don't see Derek Carr having a lot of motivation to play well in this one, especially coming off an injury, and I would sit him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so my first start is Mitch Trubisky. He plays Jacksonville, which is a gorgeous matchup. But when Monty takes over the reins, and he does in easy matchups, Trubisky doesn't benefit from that. Monty just gets all the carries. He had 32 last week, and Trubisky didn't do the greatest. And you're playing against the other best team in your league, so I don't think you could trust Trubisky to put up the numbers.
Max isn't playing against me.
I mean, I think Trubisky is a decent start, depending on who you have, but there are definitely better options. So not a bad call. I think Monty will definitely have a bulk of the offense. The
Bears do have a shot at the playoffs, so they're going to do everything they can to win this game.
Yeah, Monty is he's
But
going to be
we also know the Jaguars need to do everything they can to lose these next 2 games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why Monty's going to go over.
My
My next hit is none other than Teddy Bridgewater. I had him as a start last week. He did not meet my expectations. He's thrown for a touchdown in the one touchdown in the past 3 games, and also an INT. And now he plays the Washington football team, in which Russell Wilson completely dudded. They
barely walked away with the win.
As he's been doing as of late. I think Teddy Bridgewater does the same. Honestly, probably even worse than Russ, because he's a worse quarterback than Russ. So don't expect big numbers against the Washington football team. We know the defense is elite. Teddy Bridgewater is a sit.
I agree. I was actually going to have him as one of my sits, and I saw you had him. So I'm actually, for the first time in like 3 weeks, I'm going to sit Phillip Rivers this week.
Wow.
He's playing the Steelers. Steelers are undisputably like a top 3 defense.
I mean, Ryan Finley tore him apart.
They did let up 27 points to the Bengals, which is ridiculous. But division matchups, and everyone has their off weeks. But Rivers, he's a good quarterback. He's been very efficient fantasy-wise. But he's playing against the Steelers. I don't know how well he's going to do. He's going to need to do well to win this game. But I think I see Taylor playing well on the ground. I see Rivers having like 15, 16 points and finding a way to win the game, but I don't know if I see him going off like your other quarterbacks.
He's not going to have a huge day.
Yeah, so my final sit is Cam Newton. He plays against Buffalo, who have a really good defense, and Cam Newton just is not a good quarterback at all. His only upside, is rushing, and the Bills have a good defense, and they could block that. And even passing, the Bills have one of the best secondaries in the league.
Do you know that the Titans beat the Bills 42 to like 16 earlier this season? I have no memory. I remember when the game happened, but I don't remember that score.
They're both very fun teams to watch. Obviously, a lot changed since then. But you said, what'd you say?
You said sit Cam.
You said Cam. I always say Cam. Honestly, the Cam has been. I mean, his team is depleted, so you can't.
Cam training is over.
Not really all his fault,
Jarrett Stidham starting week 17.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys win your matchups. You will if you listen to all these starts and sits advice. And watch our next video, because we are doing running backs and receivers. So drop a comment, like, subscribe, share with all your friends so we can grow and you can win. We'll see you in the next video.